VHS 85. This is, oh God, I don't even know what number VHS film this is now.
5?
No. So 3, 94, 99. This would be 6, I think. I really like the series. I was a little late to the game on these. But they are fun anthology horror films. They're found footage for the most part, but sometimes they kind of bend the rules here and there. Yeah, and this one felt fresher than some of the newer ones. Gil, what are your thoughts on the VHS franchise?
I love
and how does this hold up?
Yeah, I love the VHS franchise. I'm a huge sucker for found footage. The whole gimmick of, because it's a home video camera, it feels like it's happening to real people. That gimmick has not worn off on me at all, except when they have to figure out how to justify that they won't put the camera down when things are becoming almost lethal. This was not my favorite VHS movie. I will say that it definitely had me engaged the entire time, but almost every segment left me a little bit unsatisfied, because if you take the first one, for example, for most of it, it's pretty grounded. The people on a boat, people getting shot at, but because it's VHS, I know something weird is going to happen. Then the weird thing happens and it's over. And it felt repetitive, where each segment was like, okay, where's the weird thing? Buildings collapsing. I know something weird's going to happen. It comes back, right?
Yeah, that was like the first time in the series where like a later segment is connected. I thought that
which was cool. I was excited when I realized they were connected, but then I felt like it was essentially the same pattern again. I'm waiting for the weird thing to happen. And this time it was sort of cheesy, where it's like, we have the tradition, and it's like everybody being recorded is almost self-aware that they're in a movie. So they want to keep hinting at it. So I just kept feeling like I was going through, what's the weird thing going to be? Oh, here it is. It kills everybody. Okay, next segment. And even the interstitials, I thought this time, were more interesting than usual. There was actually a story to it. And I'm like, where is this going? And they keep doing the talking heads thing of like, and then what happened at the end was horrible. And I'm like, what happened? Oh, exactly the same as what happens in every segment. So I know I'm sounding really negative. I did enjoy watching it, but it just left me less satisfied than other VHS movies. And I didn't think there were any that were as creative as, like, The Subject was one I really loved. The one where they go into the cult house and things start to go crazy. Like, those are
that was good. That was good. Joey, what did you think?
Big fan of VHS. The whole series is fantastic. Big found footage fan. Blair Witch Project, one of my favorite movies. I dig that, like, this one in particular has 5. So if this was like one cohesive story, it probably wouldn't be that good. I feel like it would get stale very quickly because there's a lot of cliches in found footage. But this is an easy watch. You know, I had it on casually in the background. Rory's story was like especially awesome, and I laughed out loud at the ending.
This I wasn't really ready for that, and that I should have been, but yeah,
it's awesome, man.
That was Rory VHS. Was the one that's throughout the film, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How it ends. Yeah. Adam, what did you think of VHS?
The original I really liked. I thought it was kind of creepy. I didn't see this one.
I was looking at you, and I'm like, I bet you Adam hasn't watched this.
What the? Sorry. I'm trying over here to send you super chats, and my comments are not showing up. So
why are you sending super chats?
I'm getting a little annoyed at YouTube.
Wait. They might be showing up on YouTube.
Oh, is that
what he signed in under another account?
No, I did not, Gil. No, I did not.
So great. I'm going to have to look for those when the time comes. Thanks.
Well, please do. Please do. And I can tell you what they said since it didn't come through.
Oh my God. Sorry. YouTube update. There's a fan funding tab for the chat, so you can only see super chats.
Yeah.
Is that new?
No.
Yeah. I think so. I saw it posted on the homepage. It was like new fan tab.
Okay. Crystal, what did you think of VHS 85?
I watched it with my mom.
Get it closer.
Okay, hey, Tony.
Don't bump the mic.
I can't do anything right. I watched it with my mom. I think I would have enjoyed it a little bit more if she didn't hate on it the entire film. The entire time, she's like, this is dumb. This is stupid. Oh my God, the acting's so bad. This is horrible. Like, the entire time. And I was like, you're not wrong. But if I was watching myself, or was more in that schlocky kind of mood, I would have enjoyed it more. But I think I was more in I wanted something a little bit more realistic. Like the first segment, like the acting was just so bad. It really was bad.
Mm.
But I did also enjoy the cult house. That I enjoyed that story.
Okay.
And the alien one, like, or whatever the hell, what was it, Roy or whatever?
The Roy. Yeah.
It was interesting, but I wanted to see more of it. But the pacing of it was also slow to me.
Yeah. I will say, I enjoy this one. Like I said, I enjoy most of them. I know a lot of people shit on Viral, but even VHS Viral is not that bad.
Yeah, I dug it.
It's probably the weakest of them. What I like about this is, okay, so I like the other VHS films, but they all kind of broke the whole aspect ratio thing. Like, I think there's a lot where I'm just like, well, you wouldn't have a widescreen VHS cat. Like, that doesn't make sense. So this one, like, was a little bit more strict about the aspect ratio until like the end, but there was a good reason for that. Yeah, this one felt fresh. I had a really good time with it. I will say the Scott Derrickson one at the very end, the very last segment. So you guys have seen Sinister, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Adam, have you seen Sinister?
I've seen Sinister, yeah. Ethan Hawke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sinister, you like the found footage stuff in that, right? Like when they show like, yeah. And then the movie kind of gets ruined when the bad guy is just Slipknot.
No. Wait,
no, Sinister gets ruined with that dumb demon. So there is a segment in here where Scott Derrickson, the director of Sinister and Doctor Strange and a bunch of other movies, it's funny, he's like, you know what? People are right. The creepy found footage POV stuff was the best part of that movie. So he kind of like redoes that idea in this and comes up with a new plot device for why it's happening. I love that whole sequence where the guy's like dreaming about the murders before they happen. I thought that was cool. I don't know if you guys like that one.
I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I usually have a blind spot for acting. Like, I don't usually notice if acting is bad or good for me, unless it's like absolutely atrocious. And for some reason, that segment, maybe only because it tried to go to some more emotional highs where there were some like father-son confrontations and stuff, it felt cheesier to me for some reason than the other ones.
Nah.
But it was one of the more intriguing ones, I would say. Like, as to my complaint before, where I'm waiting for something to happen, this is one that from the start you're like, what's going on here? This is intriguing.
Yeah. I would actually, so a couple of these segments from previous VHSs were turned into their own films. Like Siren was one of them, and then Kids versus Aliens was based off the Alien Invasion one from VHS 2. They made that into its own movie.
Whoa!
So that
I didn't
last
know
segment,
that.
yeah, I would like to see Scott Derrickson like do that last segment again as like a feature length. I thought that would be really cool. But yeah,
What about the artsy? I hated most of the artsy. Was it the performance art?
Oh,
thing?
the girl who's doing like a one woman show.
I hated it until she got into that world, and I was like, I want to see more of this.
Yeah,
Like,
I did.
That was interesting.
I also
love that.
I also like the CGI Tron demon. I thought that thing was really cool because it looks like something that would have been around that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, the two segments that were connected, I thought that was real interesting. It'd be cool to see more of that. And the connecting story was a lot of fun too. Although they've kind of thrown out like, why are people playing these tapes? Like, that documentary had nothing to do with the other tapes. They're just like, fuck it, who cares anymore?
Somebody recorded over it, right? So it's just playing in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the last one, the whole Medusa story, I think was the one that was tying everything together. And it's like, is he watching these? None of these make sense. So yeah, that was VHS 85. I highly recommend it.
Highly.
I think Adam should watch all the VHS films.
How many are there?
In a row.
I think
6.
there's like 5 or 6.
Ooh, that might be 4 too many for me.
Well, you never know. A lot of these directors end up like, I think the guy who did the haunted house one in the first film, I think those guys ended up doing like the new Scream movie. So you get to see celebrated directors and up and coming directors in these films.
I mean, again, I really like the first one, so I probably should just check out some of the others.
At least check out 2. 2 is pretty strong.